Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be providing a longer term market update for Harmony One. We'll talk about the fact that we do have some continuation higher, really just breaking above a lot of resistance levels over the last few weeks, taking us up to a higher high on this weekly chart, breaking through these moving averages, confirming a big fake out below this range, and ultimately coming up to retest a major level of resistance right around the range highs at 3.5 cents. We'll also talk about a very similar pattern on the 1 BTC ratio and talk about Harmony One's performance with respect to Bitcoin. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, by the way, I will leave a link to my Twitter page in the description below. Feel free to go ahead and check that out as well. I'm fairly active over there with crypto content. So with Harmony One, we really discussed the idea of this longer term fake out and deviation below this level at 1.45 cents. Going all the way back here to the bull run in 2020 and 2021, this level acted as a major zone of resistance where we saw a multi-month high form. Harmony One came up to this level, rejected off of it, and then from that point proceeded to decline by about 74% over the next 20 weeks. So this marked a very significant level of resistance, and we had some more confirmation of the big breakout point, marking a huge signal that we would later go on to form a new all-time high and really just elevate this rate of change to the upside, giving Harmony One much more momentum. So we know this was an important level of support and resistance from back in the bull run, and when we broke down, we discussed the idea that this was a bearish situation because we had that level flip right into resistance. But that got invalidated when we reclaimed that because it showed us that the bears were unable to have any progression to the downside, and we didn't really have the price action except below the range. This was all just one big fake out. So when Harmony One reclaimed this level, reclaimed the range, in the last video I discussed how if a pattern is theoretically bearish but it doesn't have any follow through, that actually becomes a pretty bullish sign. And we did see that continuation higher, and since then we have actually broken above both the 20-week simple moving average as well as the 21-weekly exponential moving average. So those two form a band of resistance. You can see that as the red and green line on this chart. And we saw this act as resistance throughout the entire bear market with the rejection right here in February, another retest in April still holding resistance, and then lastly, this move in November coming back up to retest it before that last leg down to form this low around 1 cent. But again, we have started to break back above this, so really giving us a different picture here on this longer term trend, giving us a little bit more momentum to the upside, because not only have we broken above that resistance, it's also starting to slope back upwards. So you can see the 20-week moving average, the red line coming back up with an upward slope, really for the first time since the all-time high back here in January of 2022. And that really does show us a significant sign of the longer term momentum starting to reverse. Again, this is a 20-week average, so the reason this is starting to slope back upwards is because we're closing prices on the weekly chart higher than we were 20 weeks ago. And 20 weeks ago, we were really just around 1.86 cents. So obviously we're up about 50% from that level. So obviously this is going to continue to average up pretty quickly. Again, reversing the dynamic of this downtrend, reversing that structure, and giving the price a lot more confidence to have some sort of new uptrend begin as opposed to this major bear market decline. We're also coming up to retest a major zone of resistance, again around 3.5 cents. Historically, this was a level of resistance from back in the bull run. In February of 2021, we saw this as a major local high where Harmony One rejected from this point, came back down about 57%. So a very strong rejection. And then we also saw that as resistance during this major range from the move in August, where we saw that as the turnaround point from this 1 to 2 month rally off the lows in the summer. And eventually we just came back down to retest the range lows. So this is also going to be a very critical level to be watching out for. And Harmony One is getting very close to retesting that zone. If I take a measured move here, we're just about 22% off of that zone. So it is very possible we could see a retest of that level at 3.5 cents within the next few weeks or even in the next few days if Harmony One continues at its current rate of change, and that eventually will mark a very significant retest, again because of the historical context of being strong resistance in that bull run and a longer term lower high that we saw back here in August. Any break of that will be very, very bullish because it would give us a higher high on this weekly chart, and it would bring Harmony One to an almost 10-month high, which is definitely not something that you see within typical bear markets, and it would again just give more confidence back to the upside, really giving us some clear signs that the longer term momentum has once again shifted back to the upside. So on the 1 BTC ratio, we did see a very similar pattern with a big fake out. We basically came back below this range, the summer 2022 lows, and had a brief period of time spent coming back down, but we reclaimed that level on the 1 BTC ratio. This looks like a fake out and a deviation below that level around 84 Satoshis. And we've also broken back above the 20 and 21 weekly moving averages. And like the 1 USD pair, we have these moving averages starting to slope back upwards. Again, just giving us the idea that that momentum is beginning to shift back to the upside. We've come back and we're retesting the highs from back here in August. So very similar chart, and it looks very bullish here. If we do see a break and a clean reclaim of the highs from back here in August, the next level I would watch out to is this zone right around 184 Satoshis. That was the support that we held in 2021. You can see on multiple occasions we bounced off of that as our range lows. And then for Confluence, we also have that as basically the last zone where we just basically capitulated following the loss and break of this level. From that point, Harmony One continued to drop about 53% in just the next few months. So we know this is going to be a key level of support and resistance to watch out for if the highs from back here in August are reclaimed. I hope you guys enjoy the content and the analysis. As always, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.